How we doing, folks? Your host Moose here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network as we welcome you to Heinz Field for another week of Pitt Panther football. The Panthers set to host the Virginia Tech Hokies, looking for ACC Coastal supremacy. The winner of this matchup will take the top spot in the Coastal and have an inside track to this year's ACC championship game. Last year, Virginia Tech knocked off then number 6 Pitt in a 40-32 slugfest in Blacksburg. The Panthers will look to repay the favor here at Heinz Field. So let's get you out and get this game underway. Virginia Tech set to kick off as we get going here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. It's going to be D'Anthony Hamilton. He will field the kickoff, take a knee, and the Panthers offense will come onto the field led by Davion Reynolds, tailback, 76 yards and a touchdown in the Panthers' last contest. And now it's going to be C.J. Kirk, the quarterback, in the backfield for the Panthers. He's going to find one of the other second-year sensations for the Panthers. That's redshirt freshman C.No. Rogers, 22-yard grab on the opening play of the game. He's up over 500 yards with 4 touchdowns receiving, while also offering a really great running threat as well for the Panthers, who have a very diverse offensive attack. We can see the Pitt 9th in the country in terms of offensive yards per game. Going up a Virginia Tech defense, it's been fairly middling this season, middle of the pack as far as the NCAA is concerned. 3rd and short now for Pitt. They're going to go 5 wide. Kirk back to pass. Plenty of time, and he's going to just scramble outside for a short run. Good enough to move the chains for the Panthers against a Virginia Tech defense that figures a couple of really, really talented players led by Javon Jones, defensive end there for the Hokies here in this one. It's going to be C.No. Rogers now on the jet sweep. Not a lot of running room across the middle of the field there. Knife down after a gain of 4. 2nd down here. It's Kirk. He's going to find Reynolds, who has a nice gap up the middle. He gashes the Virginia Tech defense for 11 yards and another Panther 1st down. They're going to go Wildcat now. They have Reynolds under center. He's going to hand off. No, he looked to pass that time, was Davion Reynolds. He faked the handoff to Daenerys Carter. Instead looked to throw, but he's brought down in the backfield. Kirk now over the middle, behind his intended target on Yango, who leans back and makes a grab. Nowhere to run, though. 2-yard pickup for the Panthers. They're going to have to settle for a long field goal opportunity from Johnny Midday. 42 yards, that kick is up. Curling just gets inside the left upright, and the Panthers take an early 3-0 lead. As we look around the ACC, and we can see North Carolina improves to 5-1 with a tight 35-30 victory over the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. So North Carolina, another team potentially looking to make a run at the ACC Coastal title. And some more around the ACC scorelines. NC State with a 41-34 win over Syracuse. Louisville 34-31 over Virginia. And number 10 USC escapes upset alert against Arizona. So the first we'll see of this Virginia Tech offense is going to be Steve Love under center here. The redshirt senior quarterback has to replace last year's Heisman finalist Travis Huff, who's now playing on Sundays in the NFL. And it's a huge day for the Panthers here, especially their offense and defense. A lot of visitors here in the building for the Panthers. 8 recruits visiting, none bigger than some 4-stars. Jeremy Childress and Danny Leonard, potential defensive stalwarts for the Panthers, and Robert Brown, the number 10 overall quarterback, a 4-star from Pennsylvania, in-state target that Pitt would hope to woo and bring into campus for next season. It's going to be Eddie Henderson, loss of 4 yards there, ran for 1,000 yards as a freshman, did Henderson. And he is, again, Virginia Tech's lead back this year, over 400 yards early in the campaign for the Hokies. That's going to be Casey Wiggins grabbing that one, but not enough for the 1st down, so the Panthers will retake the football. They go on a little bit of a sweep there. That's on Yango, who takes the ball and kind of a screen there. Gets about 5, but we have a flag on the field. Let's take a look at the dirty laundry, and it's going to be a holding call against the Panthers, so that's going to back them up behind the sticks as Rogers was tabbed for the hold out on the outside. 2nd and very long for the Panthers now. Kirk rolls out to his right, dumps it off underneath. That's KJ Welsh for a 5-yard pickup. It's going to be 3rd and 13 now for the Panthers. They go 3 wide set up. Kirk back to pass. has some time. He's going to roll to his left, and that time quickly evaporates. Didn't find anyone downfield as he was looking down at the marker, and that's Jason Ashley, the linebacker, the man to bring down C.J. Kirk. And another fruitless drive for the Panthers this time. They're forced to punt it away. It's Virginia Tech. It's going to be Edmund Murphy on the return. He's into plus territory. 21 yards for Virginia Tech. Great starting field possession for them on this drive. Love's going to scramble away. Nowhere to go, and that's going to be Malachi Bordeaux, the red shirt senior, the main man, captain of the Panther defense, brings him down for a loss there. They're going to go to Henderson on the left side. He's got plenty of room to get upfield. Matt Emery giving chase, and he finally pushes him out of bounds. 21-yard pickup for the bruiser Henderson, and a first down for the Hokies. It's going to be a read option here for Love. Nice pitch. That's going to be B.J. Manning, their number 2 running back, also over 400 yards on the season. So really nice dual-headed attack, and you have to watch out for Love as well. He's a really good runner as well. So 3 guys that can move the football on the ground. Not going to happen this time as Virginia Tech's instead going to go backwards. Jalen Hill's the man to get the sack for the Panthers. Forces 4th down, and it's going to be a 40-yard field goal try for the Hokies. That kick is up. That kick is good, and we're all square at 3 apiece here late in the first quarter. Another big game to keep an eye on around the country here. Michigan taking on undefeated number 4 in the country, Penn State. That's a huge Big Ten battle for supremacy in the Big Ten East Division. Kirk back to pass, looking deep, may have a man, instead it's knocked away. Great defense by Kerry Ruffin there as Kirk went for the home run ball. It's going to be a handoff. It's going to be Reynolds inside on the option play there. 5-yard pickup for the Panther tailback. Sets up 3rd and 5. Kirk in the shotgun. Back to pass. Looks to his right. Has a man. Reynolds just didn't get his head around, and Kirk sails it over his helmet. Another punt for the Panthers here. Their offense sputtering early in the first half after what looked like a promising opening drive. It's going to be Henderson on the off-tackle run. A missed tackle, and he's off to the races here. Giving chase is Jordan Murphy Jr., the freshman, pushes him out of bounds. 36-yard pickup for Henderson. The Virginia Tech rushing attack rearing its head very early on. It's going to be Henderson off tackle again. 8 more yards. The Panthers not finding an answer here to that power running game off tackle for the Hokies. It's play action now for Huff. He's going to try and escape the pocket. Does get away from too many. He's got a first down carry for Virginia Tech down to about the 10-yard line, taking us to the end of the first quarter. Virginia Tech driving with the Panthers and the Hokies equal at 3 here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. Second quarter set to get underway. It's a full house look for the Hokies here. Power setup as Love's back to pass instead. Great blitz pickup there, and he finds Edmund Murphy over the middle. Virginia Tech touchdown. The Panthers brought pressure, but a great job by the halfback blocker to come up and level Adarion Mitchell, who was coming after the quarterback there. Gives Love time to find the senior wide receiver, and it's a touchdown for the Hokies. 10-3 advantage. The Panthers will look to match. Reynolds now, he goes off tackle. Nice little cut by the Panthers speedster. 6-yard pickup there. Sets up 2nd and 4. Now 3rd and 4. C.J. Kirk in the shotgun. 5 wide set over the middle. Oh, and it's just another play where the Panthers are just a bit out of sync. Nash Jackson had the ball in his hands, but the throw's a little behind him. Makes it tougher than it needs to be, and he can't hold on to the ball. And Virginia Tech will take over after the Panthers punt here. 3rd and 7 now for the Hokies. They decide to go 5 wide set. Not something you're going to see a lot from them. Love, plenty of time to scan the field. Decides to look deep to the sideline. Really well defended, it looked like, by the Panthers defender, but they're going to call pass interference. They're going to say he jumped in just a second early. No, it's going to be offensive pass interference on Virginia Tech. Maybe a man downfield. Really great defense it looked to be by the Panthers, and that's justified by the call. So it's going to be Pitt football now. DeAnthony Hamilton, he gets outside. Plenty of room, and he's just dragged down here before he can get a really big gain reeled off. But the Panthers at their own 30 now. Kirk back to pass on 2nd down. Has on Yango, and another drop. The Panther receivers must have slathered their gloves with butter before the game here. Another drop there. That was on Yango. Should have been a first down. Instead, the Panthers are going to be in another 3-and-out situation as Davion Reynolds brought down behind the line, and it's going to be Virginia Tech football. Love here, play action, goes out wide to B.J. Manning here. He's brought down by Dio Langston, but a good solid pickup on the first play of the drive for Virginia Tech. into plus territory already. Love back to pass. Pitt rushes 4. He finds a hole in the coverage, and that's going to be Steve Love off to the races there. Big pickup. Virginia Tech over 80 yards on the ground just early in the second quarter here, and it could be a tough day for the Panthers. Virginia Tech ran for 161 against Pitt last year. They're already up halfway through that total, barely into the second quarter here, and moving the football very easily against this Pitt defense. Back to passes Love. Pitt trying to stunt there. It's going to be Casey Wiggins with a great grab. He is leveled to the turf by a trio of Pitt defenders, but holds on to the football for a moderate gain. Under center, it's going to be Henderson taking the handoff up the middle. He just gets 5 before he is crushed by a couple Pitt defenders. First down, Virginia Tech into the Pitt red zone. Back to passes Love. He's got Young here. Runs through a defender, and it's Jason Young going for about 9, just short of the line to gain. Goal line set for the Hokies now on second down. Love back to pass, though. Has a man, and it's knocked away at the last second. Great defense. Damian Vector, the Pitt junior corner, won Defensive Player of the Week in Pitt's victory over Duke, and he puts on a great performance there, makes a great play. Third down, and it's a huge hit. That's a Darion Mitchell. Virginia Tech tried to run the option, and before he even got the option, Mitchell took it away with a huge hit. That's a big play to force Virginia Tech into a field goal and keep the Panthers within 10. 5 minutes to play in the second quarter, and this Pitt offense needs to get on track. They're going to go with Reynolds here on a nice little option. Great little step back from Davion, and that turns into a 9-yard pickup for the Panthers' super sophomore tailback. Rogers in motion now. He's going to come through on the backfield. It's going to be Kirk keeping it. Triple option pitch. Reynolds unable to get the line to gain, though. Virginia Tech did a great job taking away any available running lanes for all 3 of Pitt options on that play. Kirk decides to keep it here on a read option. Plenty of room up the middle. He's up near midfield after a 13-yard pickup. Pitt not moving the ball particularly well through the air today, so they're relying on the mobility of C.J. Kirk to keep the ball moving down the field. They're going to roll him out on play action here. Has a man over the middle. That's going to be Nash Jackson. He keeps the ball this time, and he's going to be down to the 21-yard line. 28-yard pickup for the Panthers. Really great run and catch there from Kirk to Nash Jackson. Pitt finally into Virginia Tech territory. It's going to be Davion Reynolds. Good run by the Panthers. 8 yards there on the counter. 2nd and 2 now for Pitt. 3rd and inches after a short gain here. They're going to go with kind of an offset setup here. It's going to be Kirk up the middle to Davion. He sheds one tackler, does just enough to get a line to gain and move the sticks for the Panthers. Keep this drive going as we're under 2 minutes to play. Counter for the Panthers this time. It's going to be Davion. Finds a hole, follows some lead blockers there, and he just couldn't find the available space. Only turns a 4-yard pickup into what could have been a touchdown run as the blocking kind of evaporated. Ballmer goes in motion. It's play action for the Panthers, and nowhere for C.J. Kirk to go. He's going to be brought down in the backfield by Tyrell Roberts, the man to bring down the Panthers here. They're going to call timeout with just 12 seconds to play here in the first half. 3rd and 14 for Pitt now. Don't leave Virginia Tech with any available options, but make a run at the end zone. Kirk finds Nash Jackson, but he's not going to be able to get to the pay dirt, and it's going to force Johnny Midday to come out for a chip shot field goal here. 21-yarder for the Panthers star kicker. That kick is up. That kick is good, and that's going to take us to halftime. Your Panthers trailing Virginia Tech 13-6. And really, the big storyline coming out of the first half was the Pitt offense just struggling to really get anything going with the football, the passing game especially. Couple of big plays to Nash Jackson late on that drive, but if you take away a couple of those big plays, Pitt's under 100 yards offensively in the first half. They did a good job holding Virginia Tech to limited offense as well, but the Hokies made sure to take advantage of their opportunities when they did get into Pitt offensive territory with the 1 touchdown. So the Panthers needing to come from behind here as we get the second half underway. Virginia Tech starting with the ball to open the second half. It's going to be Love under center here. Hands it off to Eddie Henderson. Looks to the hole, and that's going to be a Darion Mitchell ready and waiting for him after a 3-yard pickup for the Hokies. Again, they're going to go back to Henderson on the counter. He finds a room up the middle. Bordeaux can't bring him down. He's into the second level, and a 15-yard pickup for Eddie Henderson. Shotgun look now for Love on second down. They're going to go speed option. It's going to be Henderson out to the right. Cedric Granger completely whiffs on the tackle. Matt Emery finally there to clean it up, but it's a 10-yard run for Henderson, who's up over 90 yards on the day. 3rd and inches now. They send a man in motion. That's Edmund Murphy. He's going to take the handoff. No, it's Henderson who's in the Wildcat, decides to keep it. Dio Langston, the Panthers middle linebacker, eventually brings him down, but not after he gets first down yardage. Very heavy look now as they go Henderson out wide. He runs right through the tackle of Scott Whaley. Eventually, Damian Vector comes around from the backside and brings him down, but 11 yards, an absolute bully of a run by Eddie Henderson. Virginia Tech manhandling the Panthers on this drive. It's going to be Casey Wiggins this time in the slot. He's brought down by Matt Emery, but it's going to be a 12-yard pickup and a first down. They go to Henderson, off tackle again. Now finally the Panthers bring bodies at him in the backfield, and that's a 2-yard loss for Virginia Tech in Pitt territory. Love back to pass now. Time. Pitt brings the pressure. He goes to the sideline. It's an incredible catch. That's Kamani Bailey, the junior receiver. 18 yards at the sideline. Virginia Tech down to the 2. They hand it off at the middle, and that's a touchdown. Shannon Anderson, sitting at the fullback position, takes the carry on the fullback dive, and Virginia Tech gives the Panthers a gut shot blow, taking a 2-touchdown lead here on their opening drive of the 3rd quarter. So the Panthers need to respond before they're dealt a knockout by a potential another Virginia Tech touchdown here. It's going to be Davion Reynolds. He's going to have nowhere to go, and Pitt just has no answer for the Virginia Tech defense or their rushing attack so far today. Sino Rogers in motion here. Play action look. They go with the screen. Sino's got nowhere to run. Virginia Tech trying to take away the Panthers speedsters here. Rogers, other than the opening play of the game, hasn't had a lot of room to run. Kirk rolls out of the pocket here. He may have space. He's going to try to get first down yardage. Great job by Kirk. Puts a foot down, cuts upfield, dances around a Virginia Tech defender, and that's a gutsy run by the Panthers signal caller to get them the first down. 5 wide set now for Pitt. Kirk back to pass. Nobody available, and that's going to be a huge loss of 10 yards there. Tremont Davis, the man, to get to the quarterback, and Pitt backed up behind the sticks yet again. Kirk over the middle. Christian Klump hauls that in. Dangerous throw there from the Panthers quarterback, but trusting his redshirt freshman tight end who hauls in that grab. So these young Panthers trying to show their mettle here. Over the middle. That's Klump again. Goes right back to the well. Does the Panthers quarterback Kirk and finds Christian Klump. So great link up there by the two as the Panthers move the football, but they go backwards yet again. The Virginia Tech pressure gets to Kirk for the 4th time today. That's Javon Jones, the man to bring down CJ and force 2nd and long. Rolls out on the designed rollout. Really nice defensive play. Jamel Hicks knocking the ball away there as he looked to find Christian Klump yet again, and it's 3rd and long for Pitt. Kirk back to pass, may have a man. It's well defended by DeAndre Baker. That was a throw intended for Nash Jackson near the sideline, and the Panthers are going to be forced to punt here. It's Feldman to kick. That ball's going to go to about the 10-yard line. Jordan Murphy Jr. gets down there looking to down it. Instead, it's going to be Brian Youngling. Grabs that ball at about the 4-yard line, and Virginia Tech going to be backed up well into their own territory. This is the first time the Panthers really have won the field position game on the day here and hope to get a big stop. 3rd and 6 now. Love back to pass. Pitt brings 4. The pressure gets to him and forces a bad throw. Incomplete, and Pitt's going to force a punt from the Hokies from their own end zone. They have DeAnthony Hamilton back to receive at midfield. He takes the kick, dances to his left, skips outside to the right. He's near the sideline, inside the 30, inside the 20, and he's down at about the 19. 29-yard return for DeAnthony Hamilton, and the Panthers have great field position, looking to have this deficit with a touchdown, and they're very close to it already. That's Christian Klump, 15 yards as he tippy-toes near the sideline. 1st and goal, Panthers. Handoff this time. It's Davion Reynolds, and he is swarmed, gang tackled. A quartet of Hokie defenders bring him to the turf for a loss. 2nd down for Kirk. Quick throw outside. Sino can't hold on to it. Virginia Tech converges on him quickly. That falls to the turf harmlessly. 3rd and goal for Pitt now. 5 wide set. Kirk back to pass. Has pressure. It's deflected. Sino comes back for the football, but it never would have amounted to anything anyways. And Pitt says this may be a do-or-die scenario here 4th and goal. They're going to go for it late in the third quarter here. Kirk has a man open, and he just throws it behind Sino Rogers. Bit of a miscalculation for the Panthers, and they waste incredible field position here. Gifted the ball at the 21-yard line, and they come away with nothing. Virginia Tech escapes unscathed and may be able to shake this one away. Great little dump off by Love there. That goes to Manning, who's up to about the 25-yard line. Really nice little touch pass over a couple defenders, and Manning turns that into a big gain. Play action rollout here for Steve Love. He's just going to scramble. Almost looked like a designed run there for the quarterback. He picks up a little chunky yardage. It's going to be 3rd and 7 now for the Hokies. Back to pass is Love. Pitt brings pressure up the middle, and it's going to get home. D.O. Langston, the man to bring home the quarterback. The JUCO transfer brings down the man, and the Panthers are going to take the football over. C.J. Kirk here on the option decides to keep it. He is crushed as he gets a hit there, but it's 1st down yardage, and the Panthers here with the football, but with a lot of work to do, trailing by 14 as we head to the 4th quarter here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. So 4th quarter set to get underway. 1st down for the Panthers in Virginia Tech territory. They send a man in motion. Kirk's going to decide to keep it himself, using that read option yet again as the Panther passing attack just not up to snuff today. 2nd and long for Pitt now, though. It's going to be Kirk back to pass. Has time to throw, and he's got a man over the middle. That's Keith Onyango hauling the ball down in the middle of the field between the hashes. 14-yard pickup. Move the chains for the Pitt offense. Kirk to throw again. Plenty of time, and he finds a man. That's Christian Klump. He's been his safety valve here in the second half. Another grab for the tight end, and Pitt's into the red zone. Kirk now rolling to his right. Time to throw. He dumps it off on Yango. I think it's going to go incomplete. Davion Reynolds may have walked in for a touchdown there, but it goes off the head of the other Panther receiver and falls incomplete. 2nd down now. Kirk rolling away. Has a man, and it's that man, Klump, yet again. Finding pay dirt. C.J. Kirk to Christian Klump. The CK to CK connection. And Pitt halves the Virginia Tech. Cuts that lead right in half. Huge touchdown for the Panthers here. A look around the NCAA. Michigan leading Penn State late on in Happy Valley, late on in the 3rd quarter. Steve Tate, Marquez Gordon trading 3 touchdown performances in a really great game over in the Big Ten. But Steve Love here looking to lead Virginia Tech's offense forward. He's going to be blitzed and brought down by the Panther defense. Cedric Granger eventually the man to bring him to the turf, but Matt Emery did a great job slowing him down behind the line of scrimmage. Love back to pass. He's going to evacuate the pocket yet again. The Panthers are after him, and the football's out. Damian Vector has it, and it's Pitt football in Virginia Tech territory. What a turnover by the Pitt defense, and it's the main man again. Malachi Bordeaux, the captain of the defense, rips the football out on his 2nd attempt at bringing down the quarterback. Damian Vector is Johnny on the spot, and it's Pitt football at the Virginia Tech 25. Handoff to Reynolds now for the Panthers. 5-yard or so pickup as he continues to fight forward there. Eventually turns into about 6. 2nd and 4 now for the Panthers. 2 halfback setup here. It's going to be Daenerys Carter going off tackle for the Panthers. He gets enough to move the chains. 1st down for Pitt, down to about the 15-yard line here. Kirk goes under center. They go 2 tight ends set up for the Panthers here. It's play action. Kirk's going to roll to his right, and he's got Jay Ballmer underneath, the redshirt senior tight end. His first action of the day. 4-yard pickup for the Panthers. 2nd down now. They go trips out to the sideline to the right here. They look underneath that way. It's going to be Sino Rogers, but nowhere to go. Virginia Tech swarming to the football there, and a loss of a yard for the Panthers. 3rd and 7. 5 wide now. Kirk. Plenty of time, has a man over the middle, and that is an absolute dime to Sino Rogers from C.J. Kirk. He missed him over the middle on a 4th down try late in the 3rd quarter. At the 2nd time of asking, he makes it happen. What a throw from Kirk, threading the needle there between 2 Virginia Tech defenders, and it turns into a Pitt touchdown. And just like that, we've got a brand new ball game tied up here in the 4th at Hines. Love now on the option. He's got plenty of room. Great run there for the redshirt senior quarterback. 8-yard pickup. for the Hokies. Full house set up in the pistol now. Love back to pass. He's got BJ Manning out wide. The Panthers eventually wrestle him to the turf. That's Deuce Holland leading the charge for the Pitt defense, bringing down Manning, but it is a first down for Virginia Tech. Love keeps it on the option here this time, and you can see the Panthers saying, you know what, we're going to go after Eddie Henderson with all we've got. We're going to force Love to beat us with his legs. Henderson this time to get him the football. They're going to put him in the Wildcat, and the Panthers swarm to run over that Wildcat and force a loss there. It's going to be 3rd and 6 now. Love back to pass. Pitt rushes 4. He's got time to throw, but he holds on to it too long. The pocket collapses, and it's Jalen Hills with his 2nd sack of the day, and it's going to be a Virginia Tech punt. Panther football with an opportunity to take the lead for the first time today since 3-0. And it's going to be Sino Rogers. Dances around 2 defenders. He's off to the races. Sino inside the 20, the 10. He's dragged down just short of the goal line. But what a run by Sino Rogers. They go with the option. They get him in space. He puts 2 defenders on skates, and he's away off to the races. Just dragged down before he crosses the goal line. What a run by the real deal, Sino Rogers. 1st and goal for the Panthers now, and CJ Kirk says, let me do it myself. Touchdown Pitt, 27-20. Just like that, the game has been flipped on its head by this Pitt Panthers defense, and the offense finally coming alive here in the 4th quarter. Incredible turn of events. The Malachi Bordeaux forced fumble jump starts this Pitt offense, and just like that, it's a whole new ball game. 27-20 Panthers. Virginia Tech now having to play from behind for the first time really today, and that rushing attack that they've been relying on, we'll see if it's able to be up to the task and get the ball down the field, especially with limited time to play here. Love tries to get away, and that's the hat trick. Jalen Hill's 3rd sack of the day, and what a time to get it. Forces 3rd and long. 5 wide set for the Hokies here. Pitt only rushes 4. Time to throw for Love. The Panthers perfectly content to give up about 8 or 9 yards there. That's Eddie Henderson over the middle. The tailback goes for about 8, and Virginia Tech chooses to punt the football away, knowing that they do have 3 timeouts and are just going to look to try and stop this Pitt offense. It's going to be Reynolds to the outside. He's going to get a nice chunk of yardage there, about 4 on the off-tackle run as the Panthers keep the clock moving. Virginia Tech does elect to use that first timeout, and it's going to rely on the Panthers just continuing to hand the football off. Daenerys Carter that time for 3 yards. 2nd timeout by the Hokies. 1 more first down could really end this game for the Panthers here. It's going to be Kirk. Dips out wide. He's got the option. Nice pitch to Reynolds. He runs through a tackler. He's up the sideline. Away goes Davion. That dude, Davion, he's going. He goes to the house, and that may just be the cherry on top for the Pitt Panthers. Who needs 4 quarters? How about 4 touchdowns in the final stanza for the Pitt Panthers? They had the Hokies right where they wanted them all day long, and just like that, this game may just about be over. Davion Reynolds running through Virginia Tech defenders. He got hit right about at the line of scrimmage, shed a defender, and then he decides I'm off to the races and goes for the touchdown. And that's what happens when these Pitt Panthers stars come to play. Sino Rogers making the great play in the rushing game. Davion Reynolds finally coming to life. CJ Kirk making some big throws to the likes of Christian Klump when he needs to. And the Pitt defense stepping up. Virginia Tech, 4th down. They will get a conversion there out to C.J. Cole the third. Gets near midfield as the Hokies finally turning to the aerial attack here. Steve Love back to pass. He's got Kamani Bailey over the middle there for a nice pickup into Pitt territory. Pitt content to give up a bit of room here as Virginia Tech's holding on to that final timeout here. Love, plenty of time. He's going to look underneath. That's Eddie Henderson for what looks to be a first down pickup there of about 10 down to the 30. Pitt just setting some safeties back deep, going man coverage, just letting Virginia Tech come at them. It's Atkinson over the middle. He's going to get good yardage, but again, the clock continues to run here, under 50 seconds to play. Love back to pass. Panthers bring a blitz. It's going to be Atkinson over the middle yet again. Good tackle there. Cedric Granger coming up, and it's going to be 3rd and inches now for the Hokies. We're ticked down to about 30 seconds to play. Pitt brings a jailbreak blitz. Love's going to find a man on the screen, and B.J. Manning will waltz into the end zone. Virginia Tech back within a single score here as they do make the score 34-27. It's all going to come down to the onside kick. Hands team on for the Panthers. Ball towards the 35, and who else would it be? Sino Rogers, the man to fall on the football, and the Panthers are going to clinch a victory here in an incredible come-from-behind fashion, trailing by 14 heading into the final stanza. The offense comes alive with 4 touchdowns. The defense forces a huge turnover and an incredible turnaround fueled by a couple of big plays by the offense. Ends up allowing the Panthers to come away with a 34-27 victory, keeping their undefeated season alive. 7-0 for Pitt, while Virginia Tech falls to 4-3. An incredible game. You have to say the defining moment of this contest had to be the forced fumble by Malachi Bordeaux that Pitt recovered, scored a touchdown immediately after to make the game 20-20, and the offense did the rest. Their defense made a couple of stops, a couple of huge plays in the running game, and just like that, the Panthers had the lead, and it was a lead to stay. So what a game for your Pitt Panthers. Thank you so much for watching as always. Hail to Pitt. We'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.